My twin sister is trying to ruin my life. Growing up, we were inseparable. In high school, we went to different schools. I think this is when she developed her superiority complex because I homeschooled and she attended public school. She would criticize me, tell me I'm sheltered, ghetto and stupid and just treat me lesser than her. Fast forward to life after college. I have much more savings than her, I'm employed. I have a great job lined up for my career. I speak another language and have traveled the world alone at 22. She stayed in a toxic relationship where her ex physically assaulted me. She has no job experience and is broke. She recently moved back in with my parents where I live before my new job starts. She lies to me over and over. About the smallest things. And big things. She steals my clothes and makeup that I buy. I even got her a job at my current workplace and she just stopped showing up without notice to stay with a boy for a couple weeks. When she worked with me, our commute is 30 minutes and she would never volunteer to drive us. So I would pick her up and drop her off at work every time. I never received a thank you. Everyone wants a twin but they don't know what it's really like. She thinks she can just get away with everything because she's my sister. I am so done with her after begging her to change and she promises to but remains the same, even worse. When I confront her I'm told I have a victim complex, and that I'm acting like my mom. I feel like she is using me and gaslighting me. You really have an evil twin. I always thought that's a myth. Stop helping this narcissist and live your own life. You need to cut her off as much as possible. She has issues and you can't wish her to be better. Stop being your sister's doormat and don't engage with her until you move. You seem to bend over backwards for this dumpster fire and she does nothing for you in return. You will always receive the behavior you tolerate. Maybe read about gray rocking so you can coexist as peacefully as possible until you're out. Well, it seems she needs to grow up and to figure out some stuff by herself. I would go low contact with her for a while, and check once a year, or such, if she has grown up. No idea bothering to be a side character in her shitty show. It's more you have a shitty entitled sister than a twin. She won't get better. Separate yourself from her as much as possible and don't bring her into your workplace or vouch for her again. I'm curious though, why the split in high school education? My mom is complaining to me that my boyfriend is too shy and nervous. Ever since my mom met my boyfriend she has complained to me that it's too hard to have a conversation with him, and he doesn't talk much. She has also said to me that she finds him to be too nervous in terms of him picking his own nails and having nervous tics in terms of picking at his skin. I told her that I don't know what to do and when she tells about it I start to feel so bad. Today my mom's cousin came over for a bit and I brought my boyfriend to meet him. I went inside for a quick second when everyone was outside. My mom told me that when I went inside that my boyfriend was nervous without me and looked to go inside after me and couldn't hold a conversation with her cousin. Overall, I can see my boyfriend is good at having conversations with people he knows like his friends, family, and my own friends as well. My mom even said that she's worried about him in the future with him being so shy and nervous. IDK what to do like IDK how to bring it up but I also feel like she's being so hard on him sad face. If he's good at conversations with others, could he be anxious around your mom because he's overly aware of how much she's judging him? Otherwise maybe something about her is intimidating. Anyone that loudly complains about how quiet other people are sound like the kind of people that a quiet person doesn't want to talk to. Mom can mind her own fucking business. This idea that family members' significant others should perform for them to win them over is so bothersome to me. Just tell your mom it's not as big of a concern for you as it is for her and that you'd prefer she not poison the well about him to you or others, because you like him and how he treats you, and that should be ultimately her only real concern. Your mom doesn't like your boyfriend? Luckily for her, she's not dating him. If she had a substantive issue he doesn't treat you well, he's disrespectful, he's rude, he's racist, whatever then okay. Otherwise, she can mind her own business. He has anxiety and people like your mom don't help. Wife pushing me to divorce her. Too long did not read. Wife has shut down. Talks about a divorce and me having an affair. She withholds love and affection and I feel she is pushing me to instigate a divorce because she doesn't have the courage to do it. As above me, M43, and my wife, F41, have been married for 11 years. For the last several months my wife is miserable. She has started drinking regularly and becomes belligerent, handing me her wedding rings and saying things are over, only to ask for her rings back the next day. She keeps saying to me that she thinks I will have an affair because I am unhappy in our relationship, which is half true. I am not happy, but I would not have an affair. I'd rather just go to divorce. The reason I am unhappy is my wife has withheld love and affection for years. She goes to bed at 9 p.m. We have no couples time together, there is no touching, and if there is sex she just lays there and is not interested. The other day she yawned during sex, and didn't make eye contact at all. She forgot my birthday last month. Only because she saw my family sent me a birthday message online did she remember and then said happy birthday. I don't understand why she just doesn't file for divorce if she is that unhappy. She accuses me of wanting one or that I am going to have an affair. Not true. I feel she is breaking down our relationship to make it untenable for me and wants me to initiate. She often plays the victim to family and friends about many things, and so I think she really wants that from a divorce too. I really don't know what to do. It is not a good relationship. I can see it will end in divorce if we continue like this. Has anyone else experienced this where their partner just makes life so unbearable you have to leave? It's not what I want, but it feels I am being pushed this way. Advice please. Sounds like she is suffering from a depressive illness. Is there some reason why you don't file? You say you're not happy and want a divorce. So, divorce. I don't understand the dilemma. Woman shrugging. It sounds like your wife is seriously depressed. Ask her to have her meds adjusted. From experience, I know it can take years to come up with the right cocktail, for lack of a better word. Unfortunately, both of my marriages fell apart before I could find that magic combination. Don't give up as long as she's willing to do the work. Good luck. She probably needs therapy. But if you're not happy, then divorce. Your happiness is more important. Also sounds like she is projecting with the affair talk. My F28 fiancé, F30, cheated on me. I discovered it 12 days before our wedding. My fiancé and I have been together for 10 years. We had plans to get married back in 2020, but COVID hit and prevented us from doing that. In June 2021, we got legally married and saved the big party for August 2022. Hoping COVID would calm down by then. We live in France. Over the past year, I have been dealing with a lot of stress. I switched jobs, we ran into some financial issues because our dog was getting sick every 2 weeks. We had just bought an apartment together, and I was taking care of the wedding pretty much entirely on my own. I begged for her help multiple times, but she refused to get involved or would make efforts for a few days and just drop it after. This caused us to get into a lot of fights, but no one ever talked about ending the relationship. Fast forward to 12 days before the wedding. I had been wanting to get her phone for a while to get her sister's phone number and prepare a surprise for her at the wedding, as she only had 2 people from her family coming. She is American. That is when I discovered the messages. She gave me her phone one night and had left the text messages up on purpose to be sure I would see it, as she told me she wasn't brave enough to tell me herself. I discovered that she had been sleeping with a girl from her job since June 2022, right after our 1 year of being legally married. It happened multiple times in July as well. She had even planned a few days of vacation with that girl when she would be away from me for a few days mid-August. She had invited the girl in our home to spend the night before heading to a spa. I even discovered she did a day trip while I was at work one day in July, when she was supposed to be taking care of her paperwork to stay in the country. Needless to say, I am shattered. I don't know what to do next, as I can't just erase my feelings for her and our 10 years together. Any advice? Oof. I'm sorry. I hate to jump right to Reddit's traditional breakup, but I don't think that's something I personally could come back from. Knowing she cheated on you the whole time you're married, and that she was actively distancing herself from your wedding, strongly suggests she's mentally and emotionally already left you. She just was too much of a coward to actually do it. At the very least, cancel the wedding. How could you have a big party knowing what she's done? If fidelity is important to you, divorce is your only option. Break up. Unless she is willing to put up with you dating other girls, also she is not worth it. Start the divorce process. Go to therapy. Surround yourself with people who support you. You deserve better. I'm sorry this is happening to you. Op.